Welcome to the first episode of the Dad Pod. It's been a while. We took a little bit of time off, did some rebranding, um, got a bunch of things set up behind the scenes to make this podcast better than it was before. We do appreciate all the people that have been waiting for this episode to drop. I've been having people hit me up all the time when we drop it, and it's finally here.
Yeah, it's been a few months, but we're glad to shake things up a little bit. Um, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah,
That's for
me
sure.
too. I'm glad for this new dynamic. The Dad Pod. Basically, the synopsis around this is both me and Anthony are dads. We both been dads for almost a year now. My daughter just turned one.
My
Anthony's
son's gonna be one next month.
yeah. So we really just wanted to rebrand it so we can get to talking about this dad life on top of a lot of other things that we got going on in this world, but mostly geared towards being a dad because it's a life changing thing.
It is. It really is. And like, we'll just talk about just everything that comes along with it. For people, for those of you that are dads, those of you that are about to be dads. I mean, even
Those
if
of
you're
you that
not a
want to be
dad, like,
dads,
yeah, like,
or
even
if you're
if you're
not,
not, I mean, this
yeah,
podcast is for everyone, but
yeah, if you're
just
not a
our
dad,
perspective.
you know a dad or you've known a dad, you may have friends or something with kids, and we just feel like it's going to give people a different insight into the world of dads because I feel like as men and as dads, we don't get talked about enough.
No.
It's more so the moms out there, um, which I mean they deserve it, you know. But I think as dads need a little bit of spotlight on us because there's some great dads out there. I know a lot of men don't have good track records when it comes to being dads in the past, but I've seen so like recently a lot of men stepping up and being like great dads to these kids instead of stepping out of their lives.
Yeah, you kind of, it's really switched almost. When you see it, it is a lot more men stepping up, whether it's either being just a dad or even a stepdad, or I have people close to me that they've stepped up and they've become stepdads in their lives, and it changed who they were, and um, it's huge. It really gives you like just a huge sense of responsibility and makes you
Yeah,
realize, I mean, all
it,
I
it
can think about is like, damn, in the grand scheme of everything in this world, like, it's so tiny, but important, and just a crazy experience, at least so far.
yeah, man, it really changes the way you think. I remember when my fiance first told me that she was pregnant. It's like I can't really explain it. It's just like something inside of me clicked, and I'm thinking of doing things a different way. And um, at the time, she didn't live with me; she lives in a different state because we were doing long distance. But I was thinking of getting the house set up and everything for the baby. We had a spare room in the house, but it was like a junk room. We put storage and stuff in there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to get this cleaned out. I mean, a week into knowing that she was pregnant, I'm already like, all right, I need to get a crib, I need to get cars, I need to get all this, and it's like instantly just clicked in me that all right, now I got to step up and do all these different things to make sure my family's straight. And like I said, it just changes you in a good way for most people, I would assume.
See, like, I don't know, like, for you, I don't know how much of a surprise it was. Like, for us, it wasn't a huge surprise. Um, so like, in my head, like, when I found out, like, I was excited, and thankfully, like, so like in my past, I'm full of anxiety and everything. So like, I'm very thankful that I wasn't like, I gotta get this, and this, because I knew it was gonna be all right.
Yeah,
Um, and that's because, like, you know, I mean, it all has to do with who you're having your kid with too, because that's your, support system,
oh yeah, for sure.
um and your family and who you have around you, and being in a good situation, like, it makes all those, like, anxieties almost of all that new, like, it takes it away, because like,
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yeah. I was like, I remember when she first told me. I mean, it was kind of a surprise to us, but kind of not. We kind of like, I mean, the way we were going is gonna happen, but it was a shock to the system. Then we're happy,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you start going through all the doctor's visits. Since she was living in another state, I really didn't get to go to any of the doctor's appointments with her, so she would FaceTime me when she was going.
Oh man.
And I remember the first time hearing the heartbeat, I for
Yeah.
sure shed some tears. I'm like, wow, that's
Oh
real.
man.
And the first appointment that I actually got to go to in person, I went out there to pretty much we was moving her stuff back here to Michigan because she was gonna be moving in. Was the gender appointment. So that appointment was a little bit longer than her normal one. So we in there sitting around, doctor was
Yeah.
taking all the pictures of everything, and then she was got to
Oh
the point.
man.
She was like, "Do you guys want to know the gender?" He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna know it right now because we didn't really have any plans on the gender reveal because of
Yeah.
other stuff." So told us right there we were having a little girl, and man, it just like it sunk in right there. I'm like, wow.
Man, and it's crazy from the time of that first appointment to like that gender one. Like, yeah, the heartbeat. Like I couldn't believe it. And
Yeah,
like just
that
how tiny he was and
that first
uh,
heartbeat is what did it in for me. I'm like, wow, man,
yeah,
that's heavy, and
it,
then really going through this whole experience of becoming a father and going through all that, it really makes me wonder how some men were able to just step out and leave an
oh
innocent
yeah.
child like that. Like I couldn't imagine ever walking out and leaving my daughter without a dad. Like
No, I couldn't
nothing.
imagine. Like it just it pains me because it's like you choose to like put yourself like even if it is truly unplanned or whatever, like there's still better ways of going about it, right?
There are, and like that.
Like you can still be in their life or whatever and you can still take care of them and not just completely abandon them. So it's like I just don't understand. But in this world there's people that just
Yeah, and for me, I didn't grow up with my dad in my life. He left, so I'm thinking like the whole pregnancy. I'm like, I really hope that something like that isn't hereditary because like I just can't fathom leaving a kid. It just doesn't make sense, and like it
yeah.
that was probably the one thing throughout the whole pregnancy that I'm like, I really hope that there's nothing in me that just clicks and decides that I don't want to be a part of this baby's life because of something my dad did. But never happened. First laid eyes on her when she was born. I was speechless. I couldn't say nothing. I normally would drop a stupid joke
Oh yeah.
in a serious moment, but after she was born, I couldn't say nothing. I was
And
this was
and
wow.
I'm the same way. And so so I'm standing there and my wife went so she went into labor at like 2 a.m. and I'm sitting here because she would joke about it all the time that she was. And I was like, all right, no, like go back to bed. Like, and then she goes, no, I'm serious. So we get there, we get to the hospital like 2 a.m. and he's not, my son wasn't born until 1 a.m. the next day. So we were there for 23 hours and she killed it. I almost passed out and all sorts of other stuff because, I don't like hospitals. But when he was born, he had his cord wrapped around his neck, not just once, but twice. And all those people rushed in. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Anyone who's been through it knows what I'm talking about.
Mm,
And like I said, I got anxiety. So, like, I know I see my son, like, not crying or anything. All these people run in, and I'm just like, you see in the movies, right? Where like everything's kind of like flashing almost. Like,
yeah,
that's exactly how it felt because I don't know. Like,
yeah.
it was kind of crazy.
That's scary. Thankfully, we didn't have anything happen like that with our when my daughter was born. Labor actually went pretty quick. I was actually at work, and my fiance was going to her appointment. And she had sent me a oh no, she had called me. It was like 12, 1 o'clock. She was like, she heading to the hospital. She in labor. I had to go home and grab her bag and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
Oh yeah, the go bag.
Yeah, I normally don't get like overwhelmed or like have anxiety about stuff or like anything like that. But the trip home, leaving work to go grab the bag and head to the hospital, I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I ended up calling my mom's best friend because my mom like passed away a few months before Jacqueline, when my daughter was born. So I couldn't call her, but I called my mom's best friend to kind of calm myself down on the way to the hospital. Like, yeah, it's happening. It's all this and that, and it calmed me down. But I got there. Her labor was only 6 hours, so like 5 6 hours to get into the hospital. But we was parents holding a little infant baby girl, um, and it's crazy because I don't even really remember much. All I remember is her being born. Like I said, I was speechless. I seen her. They take him over to the little table to get cleaned up. Um, and like all I remember is the nurses telling me to come over and take a picture of her up by the little her weight
Yeah.
and stuff. And all I remember is everything around me was just a blur. All I can see is like only thing that's clear is me looking at my daughter across the room and walking towards her. I don't
Yeah.
remember telling my body to move. Nothing. I don't remember nobody saying nothing to me besides come take that picture. My fiance said she had asked me something or she had told me something. I'm like, I completely oblivious to what was going on. It's a blur, and I just see her. Like that's my little princess. It's
Yeah.
all that mattered at that time. And I went to go take a picture of her, and one of my
It,
favorite pictures on my phone right now. First picture of her being born, and man, that whole day was just a, whew, still
it's
I kind of get chills still thinking back about it.
no, I do too. Like so yeah, labor was 23 hours for us. And I mean, she's exhausted by the end of it because like she didn't sleep at all, maybe an hour here or there. But
Yeah,
um by the time he was born, like she was damn near asleep. And I was supposed to cut like the umbilical cord and stuff. And because everything was going on with him, I wasn't able to.
yeah,
And
that's
like in
mad.
the moment, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I mean, because you
And
thinking about your son being straight, coming out like that, and people rushing in.
yeah,
I
like
think
I'm
my
like, is
sister
this?
was born like that too, with her umbilical cord wrapped around her neck twice.
Yeah, it was scary as hell because I knew exactly what it was. And I just, but like I trusted the doctors. Like we had great doctors, like that helped too. And then the last normal night of sleep, if you can even call it that, we got
Yeah,
all Madison, all my wife wanted was damn McDonald's.
it's
Going to
crazy.
McDonald's more than anything because she hadn't eaten for the 23 hours or whatever.
Yeah,
So I run and get her McDonald's, and it was like 3 a.m. and it was like 50 mile an hour wind. Like I'm not kidding. Like the gusts were horrible. So I'm outside and I'm ordering, and I'm like, please make sure they're fresh. And I get back to the hospital. I'm so tired, and I was standing in front of the automatic door for like close to a minute before realizing that I was standing in front of like the glass part that it slides in front of because I was so damn tired.
yeah, yeah,
Got up and ate, and then we got moved to like our actual room, which was so nice. Not like yours. I remember you.
yeah. I mean, I think ours was like that also because she had COVID like 2 weeks before giving birth, so we had to be like isolated. But it's
Yeah.
crazy. My first meal after Jacqueline, that's my daughter's name, after her being born was McDonald's too. I DoorDashed some McDonald's to the hospital for us.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's the after birth meal. So you dads that's expecting kids, man, make sure you get your McDonald's after
Yeah. It
your baby's
has to be
birth.
McDonald's.
It's got to be the McDonald's. Um, I was actually blessed to be able to cut Jacqueline's umbilical cord. I'm mad though because the scissors that I used to cut them, they put them in a sink in the room, and somebody threw them away.
Oh damn.
And I'm like, oh, because I went back to the sink to look for them. I'm like, they're gone. That really hurt, but I mean, obviously, I still got the memory of doing it, and with the next one, I plan on doing it again, and hopefully getting to keep those scissors. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean we have everything from the hospital. I might even have a couple like things I didn't even realize that I had, but I just probably grabbed last minute and just threw.
yeah, I'm really the person that I like to keep a
Oh,
lot of
I'm
stuff in
sentimental
my
as hell.
yeah. Like I probably got, I think they gave you the little hats after the
Yeah.
baby was born. I probably got that. They gave us like diapers, some other stuff that we probably got somewhere. Like
I remember
it's that
Madison, my wife, after the pregnancy test, I cleaned that shit off. I still have it.
you still got
I'm like,
to.
oh hell yeah, that's the thing that changed my
Yeah,
life, man.
I
So
actually don't know if Anna kept the pregnancy test that she
she
had
couldn't
taken.
believe I did. I'm like, of course I did.
I don't
I'm
blame you. That's
sentimental, you know this. I
yeah.
keep stuff.
I don't blame
I
you.
have I
That's
have issues. I had totes of stuff at my friend's house that we had to sit here and go through after I had to move it out of her house because she moved, and I was like, okay. So I'm cleaning out everything. She's like, why do you have all this stuff? I'm like, I don't even know.
yeah. I mean, because
Couldn't tell you.
a lot of that stuff, like you really never go back and like look at it, or like you never need it or anything. But like when you
No,
going through it and you see it, it just brings back those memories of what was going on
no.
at that time.
Yeah, because I had a card from like my great grandma and stuff because like she passed. My son was actually born the day after her birthday.
Mm.
I thought he was gonna be born on her birthday, but that didn't happen. But um, like I had a card, like a birthday card or something from her, all sorts of stuff. So it's like, yeah, like I'm glad I saved that stuff.
Yeah, that's
Um,
stuff like that. It's really important. Really, really important to go back and be able to go through that and look over those memories. And when you have stuff from your first child's birth and be able to go back and look at that as they get older. Because like I said, my daughter just turned 1, and just to go back and look some of the pictures and videos of like her first few months and the change that you see in these
oh yeah,
babies, and it's so fast. Like
you know,
just
and
in a couple days, they picking up something completely new, and it's amazing to see.
it's like the craziest part is like you sit there and you're like, when they're first born, and you're like, you don't notice the change until you look at
Don't
pictures.
you do not like I do not notice my daughter growing. Just the other day, actually, I was on my leaving out for work, and the couch in our living room, like I would say like a month ago, she like tried to grab the top of it, but she got to be like on her tippy toes to do it,
Yeah,
and she can't. Just like a week ago, she was grabbing the top, not on her tippy toes, just regular. I'm like, man, this girl didn't got taller, and like you said, you don't notice it until you look at something that they used to try to do before and that they can do now. It's just crazy.
no, yeah, like for me, it's like he's. I mean, he's always calm with me. Um, he like just chills with me, thankfully. But like today, just crazy. Like they don't stop, nonstop energy. And it's like just months ago, you just laid there and you
Yeah,
didn't do anything.
it's good, man. They're like their own little person. Um, it's I would say one of the best parts of being a dad is just watching your kid learn things. Like right now, Jacqueline is in that stage where she would try to mimic things that you do. So like I would do
Oh
a
boy.
like a silly laugh, and like she tries to mimic it, and it's the cutest thing ever. Or if you cough, she'll come behind you with a fake cough too. It's the
Oh yeah,
cutest thing
Nolan
ever.
loves a fake cough.
It's
Oh,
it's I love it, man. It's just watching them learn new things, figuring out like shows on TV that they like watching. Like Jacqueline likes watching Miss Rachel.
oh, Miss Rachel. Oh man.
That's her thing. And the crazy, she learns so much from Miss Rachel. And we starting to see like a lot of the things that she's learning from it. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
man,
I don't I don't know if you ever watched Bear in the Big Blue House.
yeah. I used to watch that when I was younger. Yeah.
So like Bear, like when he sniffs you, if
Hmm.
you do that to Nolan, he laughs his ass off. He thinks it's the funniest thing ever. Like he loves that show. That and Nemo.
Yeah.
And he loves Miss Rachel too. But
Yeah. She loves Miss Rachel. It's this other show that I found out about called Word Party on Netflix that she really loves. Um, and I think she loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse too.
yeah.
She'll sit there and watch that. But she
I
also
don't
loved a show that I used to watch when I was a kid called Roly Poly Oly.
yeah.
I haven't put it on for her in a while, but like when she was like 7 to 9 months, I would put it on because they had it on YouTube, and she would sit there and watch it. I'm like, it's one of my childhood shows. Like this just brings a smile to my heart to watch her enjoy something that I grew up on too.
Yeah. No, I there's nothing better than doing that. Like that's what I like to do. I mean, obviously once he starts to really develop his own taste for what he wants to watch. Like,
Yeah, like I can't wait for her to get older and like really like be her own little person. But I'm also enjoying this time right now of her like just learning new things. I think I really do think being a dad is probably the best thing that a man can do on this earth outside of being a husband to someone.
yeah, no, it really is. Um, and you know, we still have one more dad that will be joining us, hopefully a few episodes.
Yeah, yeah. We got one of my good friends. His name is Christian. Yeah, he's gonna be on with us too. Like I said, he's part of the background stuff that we've been getting done on our hiatus to make this podcast really great for y'all.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of behind the scenes work right now. Even if we could get him on for an episode or here, just even if it's a little bit for him, but no, appreciate what he's done,
Oh
and
yeah,
we're definitely gonna get this up and running to a different level. And
yeah,
it's
man.
not.
We got a lot in store for you guys. With the rebranding from just sports, we opened the door to talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah,
And we're looking forward to not only talking about that, but putting that dad spin on it.
yeah,
You may get a few dad jokes out there that you dads can use if you never heard them before. Um, give the dad perspective of world events that's happening because, like how I said
yeah.
earlier in the episode, when everything changes when you find out you're having a kid, like you starting to view the
Oh yeah,
world differently. Like
man, I used
world
to
of
drive like a maniac,
yeah, you
and
just
I
change.
don't think I ever go like 10 over the speed limit,
Yeah, it changes
especially.
you as a
Yeah,
person. But yeah, we got that coming. We talking about music, movies, I mean, really anything. Um, and we already got some guests lined up that we plan on having. May have a few big guests in there that you guys might know too. Guess you guys gonna have to stick around and see. But again,
yeah, I'm
we
excited
really
for
do
that.
appreciate you guys that um have been waiting for this episode and guys that's gonna tune in, especially all the guys that were tuning in when we were at the Spirit of Detroit podcast.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a fun time. I'm glad we did it, but we always knew that we were gonna rebrand, but
yeah,
it was just a matter
2023.
of when. Just
Yeah, 2023 we coming out the Dad Pod and we really gonna make this thing. I don't see any dad pods out there right now that record regularly, so it's definitely a market for this stuff. And I hope you guys appreciate what we're doing, especially the dads out there who don't get enough recognition like we should be getting.
yeah, no, I mean, like we said, moms deserve all the recognition they get too, without
Oh
a
yeah,
doubt.
they do.
Because
But us dads, we need a little something too. And this right here gonna be for us, y'all. This we doing this for all the dads out there.
I don't know if you ever listen to Chris Rock's stand up, but he always said all the dad needs is a big piece of chicken,
Yeah,
just something.
this our
Doesn't
big
have to
piece of
be.
chicken.
Yeah, that's
This
all.
our this our big piece of chicken, y'all. We're gonna make this great for y'all. I will say one of the big behind the scene things that we're gonna have coming is we're working on the Discord group right now that we're gonna have a bunch of dads in where we can talk about things as fathers.
You do like
Bounce.
live Q&As, anything like that.
Yeah, we can bounce advice off each other for first time dads and experienced dads and stuff like that. And we really just want to make a kind of like a forum for dads to go to because I know moms got those all over the place.
Oh yeah,
Like a mom can go online right now and find some kind of forum or group where other moms are in there helping and giving advice to them. And we want that same kind of space for fathers
I
out
know.
there because we need help too. And you know, we all in this together, man.
Yeah, nope. Like my wife was always from day one when we found out she was in like some group, and people around us pregnant at the same time, this and that. And it's like, okay, well, damn, I have some people I know that are also a dad, so that's cool.
Yeah,
But like, there really is, like, you can buy parenting books, but even then, I feel like they're more so geared towards moms.
Yeah,
So
we need stuff geared towards us. And how I said earlier, how I'm seeing more dads step up. I think something like that would be real beneficial to guys out there being able to get tips and tricks from other guys that have been doing this dad thing for longer.
I agree.
So you guys be on the lookout for that. We do also always appreciate feedback. Something that you guys think we should be doing differently, we'll take that into account. Something guys you want to see more on here, or something you want to see less, just let us know, man. We we do, like I said, we doing this for y'all, so we need the feedback.
Yep, we got our Twitter account up and running, rebranded. I don't know. Do you have the app right for it?
Yeah,
All right, but we'll get that up and running. Actually, post on that regularly. Now that there's three of us too, that should be
yeah,
definitely manageable. It was hard for two new dads trying to balance all that and that, but now it all kind of makes sense, I guess. So
yeah. And that long hiatus we took, it really got us to get our stuff together and really give you guys the kind of podcast you deserve.
I don't think I got anything else for this one though.
No, yeah. So again, you guys be on the lookout for all this stuff we got rolling out. Hopefully this Discord should be up soon. And we're gonna try to be real regular with the podcast episodes. Um, but again, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, these dads are about to go take care of their kids, man. Good night.